Hello.
Wait, okay, do that again.
Hello.
Hey, Val.
Trying something new.
Oh
The
my
intro.
gosh.
What's the typical intro?
Hey guys.
It's Sid
And
and
Andy.
Andy and Val.
Val's here. Yay.
New member of the workforce. Congratulations,
Yes.
Val. You did it
Big day for Vivi girl.
full time. Woo.
Real life adult.
Big day, sad day.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
We still have summer. Kind of.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
Summer forever.
It's good. You need it.
How are you feeling about that?
Bittersweet. I wanted this, but now that it's here, I miss what my life used to be. But
We just started today.
we didn't even start yet. That's the worst part.
Just got the job today.
Yeah, good for you.
But overall, I'm thankful.
That's a really great perspective.
Just
to
last
have.
week, you were so nervous about it.
I know, and I got it.
And now you're so nervous about it.
I think it's just one of those things.
Yeah, in a couple, after you do it for a couple weeks, it'll just be
Yeah.
like,
Routine.
yeah, it'll
Like
be fine.
the unknown can be.
Yeah,
You'll be happy,
For
you
sure.
know, it gives you a little purpose, you know,
for sure.
and then away you go.
I'll have to get some little work outfits.
Hey, yeah, see, look, now you can go shopping. See, it's already working out.
Yeah.
Shoes, clothes, I mean, it doesn't get any better
She
than
had
that.
to borrow her interview outfit from Megan.
Maybe it was good luck.
It was. That's what I was thinking. If you were
I
gonna
might
borrow
steal the
mine,
loafers.
it was the damn
It
loafers.
was.
They are
They're
stylish.
cute.
One thing about Megan,
She's got style.
she's got style.
I might ask her to come shopping with me so she can help me pick out my outfits.
I think you should.
Because she'd be good at that.
She would be.
If you need some white t-shirts.
They're
I know where to
trendy.
find them.
I was just thinking, I was looking at the YouTube channel and I was like, oh wow, Dad's wearing another
White
white
t-shirt.
t-shirt again. It's his summer uniform.
I told you, I don't
I'm
like,
wearing a white t-shirt.
I don't like to, you know, I just don't,
You're just a simple man.
very simple.
White t-shirts are in though.
Yeah.
That's what they say. You can dress them up, dress them down. Okay, let's get started. So,
All right.
had a successful weekend on the Phillies front. We're back to number one.
Yeah, they won 2 out of 3. I mean, they looked good on Friday, looked horrible on Saturday. And then, you know,
Looked good again on
they looked
Sunday.
good again on Sunday. So, yeah, I mean, they're doing all this without Harper, and yeah, their bullpen is hanging in there. Had a fairly good weekend. Saturday not so good, but all overall, yeah, yeah, kind of what you expect. Yeah, you want them to just keep winning series.
That's what you've been saying. Winning series, winning series. So they did
Yeah.
that. Megan was at the game on Friday
Yeah.
and she said that it was like actually she said it was the best game she's ever been to. There was that play where JT and Nick like
Scored
ran
on top of each other.
home together basically.
I never seen anything like two guys scored that close to
I
each
didn't
other.
even see that.
I mean, if they were another 5 feet, I think he would have passed him.
You think?
Yeah, because he was right on top of him, man.
Yeah, the pictures are funny.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
that's definitely something you don't see.
yeah. He was going for it.
I like when they were like commentating it, someone was like, I think I've seen this in a movie before.
I don't think he thought he was coming behind him like that fast.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, he just figured like he knew he was scored,
Yeah.
but I don't think he thought that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that he was coming behind him that fast, and he was moving. Yeah, good point.
So what are you thinking going into this series?
Again, yeah, you got to win 2 out of 3. Yeah, you got to win the series. You got to keep the bats hitting and just play good, solid defense, and don't put your bullpen in a bad spot. Yeah, those guys are having a rough time right now. Strom's having a rough time. Yeah, Kirkering, they're all Romano, they're all kind of up and down. So you got to at this point you got to you got to put them guys in the best position. If you have to make a play when it's your turn to make a play. Can't make mistakes when they're out there because, you know, they pay for them mistakes. They can't get over them mistakes usually. Yeah.
What do you think about all the Nick drama ever since last week? What are
So
we
it was
thinking?
kind of weird that he benched them and then, you know, he put him back in the next day and said that he wasn't going to pull him for that defensive replacement. Nick talked about trying to get the analytics on his fielding to see what he's doing wrong and whatnot. So I don't know. I guess really it all depends on how they play over the next couple months if all that was worth it or not.
I don't really
Yeah.
think it was that big of a deal.
Well, evidently it took up a lot of time. A lot of people talked about it.
I mean, yeah,
And then
but
they just brush it under the table and move on to the next thing.
that's what you do. Like, you
Yeah.
do something shitty, get a consequence, move on. Like, you
Yeah.
don't need to dwell on it.
So I don't know. Do you feel like
I think everything's fine now. He probably deserved it. He got what he deserved.
Val, what are
Now
you thinking?
on.
I have like literally no thoughts in this brain. Like I'm just like my hair. I have not kept up with. Are we talking about the Phillies?
Yeah.
I haven't kept up with the Phillies literally at all. I haven't watched a single game. I don't know anything that's going on.
We're gonna change that, Val.
But
She's gonna be too busy now.
I'm gonna be too busy now.
Well,
to
no,
even-
now you're gonna have
Again,
time
she
because
can't even multitask.
you're gonna have to work every day. So when you get home, instead of watching, Love Island or whatever them stupid shows you're watching, were you guys just talking about it upstairs?
You see such a little
say the name.
No, someone did.
paparazzi.
I listen to his.
He
Well, you
was
know what?
listening to
I'm-
It's very upsetting that you
Yes.
watch that stuff. I tell you that all the time, right?
I'm booked already because Love
So-
Island is on every single day
So yeah,
except Wednesday.
well then you can watch the Phillies.
Is today
They'll be on-
Wednesday?
No, today's Tuesday. They'll be on tomorrow.
My
Val.
sword just dropped. I was like, no,
No Love Island.
I need it. um,
Okay, so Val has no thoughts.
I have literally nothing to bring to this
So
conversation.
we're in the middle of the season. This is a really rough stretch. The next 6 weeks.
I think it's gonna be good.
Well, I just think it's hard for it gets real hot, and the season just like I said, it's kind of at that point where it seems like it's, but they're in a critical point where they need to carry that momentum and just keep winning series and keep themselves in the thick of it. So when we get into the middle of August, the beginning of August, they're in a position to make the playoffs, and then you got to see what happens.
Okay, and that's that about that.
Yeah.
I know. I feel like there's really like not that much news today. I mean,
Well, the U.S.
This-
played Sunday and won again, and they won all 3 games in their group. They play Costa Rica this Sunday.
Costa
Again.
Rica.
Again, it's hard to tell because their big players aren't there, but they were winning 1-0. They gave up a goal, tied it, and then they scored late to get the win. Yeah, so you just I just hope they're getting ready for next year.
I'm sure
And
they
they're not
are.
disappointing.
It's just very early,
Yeah. The Union still in first place. They were off the past week. They play tomorrow night.
You're gonna watch.
I'll listen. Yeah.
Do you not watch?
Man, you don't watch this podcast.
She hasn't listened to a single
Sorry.
episode.
Because
No, I do listen to some episodes, but
I
I don't.
constantly complain that I don't spend the money on MLS Pass,
uh,
which I feel like I'm getting ready to start doing. I always feel like every time we have this conversation, I'm like, man, I
You
should
might
just
as
do
Is it?
it. Doesn't matter. It's not even the amount of money. Like
It's
that's
the
just the
principle
annoyance.
of
I
the
got
math.
that. Like I
He
already
needs to
have
stand on
Netflix
business.
and
I know,
this
I know.
and that and
But
this.
how much is it?
Do me a favor. I don't know.
Out of curiosity.
Oh,
You don't
okay.
know.
This is like the equivalent of me boycotting my pool. I won't go to the pool because of the stupid rules.
It's yeah. I mean,
I just don't get that whole thing. Like, like
I don't even want to talk. My summer is ruined because of it.
well,
just like in the sense of like, how do they know it's you when you go there?
I have to bring
Your driver's license?
my driver's license to my pool.
That's crazy.
Mhm.
That's craziness.
It's really crazy, actually.
Huh.
Yeah.
sorry.
Teeniest, tiniest pool you could ever imagine. It's
Looks
so
like
it's minuscule.
It looks like one of them lap
It's
pools
a
they put
damn
in.
like Polly Pocket pool. It's so
Yeah.
tiny. Lifeguard. Can't be there without it.
Can't have a guest unless you pay. I'm not
No
going to your
guess.
place.
No. I'm not either. I won't go all summer.
That's
See,
a
I would
shame.
go though. I would still go. It's so annoying, but like,
Stick it to the man.
you're telling me you're not gonna go on a hot day.
There's been a lot of hot days and I've resisted.
You've been working though.
I've been working. But yeah, anyway. It's just the principle of some
I got
things you have to just
And that's how I am with the
it
MLS.
sucks as much as you would love to.
I gotta listen to it, and I listen to it, and yeah, like I said, I've been, I find replays of the game during the week. So if I find a
Oh.
replay, I'll rewatch
You
it.
can always find replays.
Yeah. So, but hopefully they can keep it up, and
Is that all you have to say about that?
about the union. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Okay. So let's talk about I just can't talk about the union because I don't know anything about it. And it's just like,
Well,
it's your thing.
soccer's a good sport. It's a lot of soccer stuff going on right now. You have all the little leagues going on, their little tournaments, getting ready for next year's World Cup. So it's really interesting time.
Interesting times
Yeah.
here. So the Eagles. Nothing major, but there were a few things that happened this week. You want to start us off?
What? Sorry, I don't even know what you said.
What happened with the Eagles this week?
Eagles, I don't know.
You don't know anything? I'm like pointing at my notes. Here you go.
Do you want me to save it?
No, I'll
I can
just
gladly say it,
No,
but
I got it. So Jalen Hurts announced yesterday that he has a book coming out, a children's book. And what do you think about that?
I think that's sweet.
It's the sweetest thing
I like that.
ever.
I didn't see the book, and I'm sure it's
I
very
don't know do you know what the book is going to be about?
It's just like
About like a little football
it's
kids
a kid's
book or
yeah, pretty much.
Cute.
But I'm sure there's gonna be like it's Jalen. He's
there's gonna be
doing
a great
meaningful
message behind it.
good message.
I think that's awesome.
I'm sure he's gonna visit tons of schools. It's gonna be really cute and wholesome. But Dad, your hot take. Go ahead.
Are you somehow
Oh,
anti
listen.
this?
No, I'm
Listen,
not.
no.
No.
Don't be the Grinch.
Listen,
I don't
I'm
know how
not.
we could
I'm
be
really
in-
happy that he
No,
did
listen.
the book and all.
Listen.
But I tell you, right? I've been saying it since they won the Super Bowl that they got to work harder.
No, that's not the exact quote he said to me. It's things like this that ruin an organization.
I didn't say. I don't know that it wrote. No. So you just said he's going to go to a bunch of schools. He's going to do this.
So that he's gonna take time away from getting better and practicing.
That's what happens.
Okay, but he has shown time and time again that he can do it all.
So
He can be
I
a
understand
community.
that. And listen, but other players see him doing this and maybe think, well, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that.
Well,
And they're
honestly,
not-
it's oh, you mean on our team?
yeah.
Well, realistically, like, how much time is this really going to take up of his? Like,
Yeah.
a children's book that's already finished, and even if he went to 10 schools, how much time is that really going to take up out of his day?
I don't know.
Okay,
Not that
but
much
this is a good
But what I'm
segue.
saying is he going to, or like, and this is what I say, and I say this all the time. So they're going to go out and they're going to do their little commercials, and they're going to do this and they're going to do that. But when they're done doing that, are they going to go and study and do their work and do this? Or are they going to go,
So
They're gonna do that.
Well,
They can do
You
it
know-
all because
when they went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago, that's not the impression I got when they were done. The next year, I got the impression that was a team that was not focused on football.
no.
But I feel like it's the off season, little children's book in the making. He's locked back in. The book's over.
Okay. And
Right?
He's got them going out to a bunch of schools.
I mean, that would
He
be my
may-
assumption.
he may go to a few
Schools
schools in
closed.
Philly.
When does school start?
Schools in the
When
city
he's
are
supposed to
always
be at
going.
work.
Okay, can we take
Okay.
a pause though? Let's put a pause on this. And this is the thing you said.
Maybe he'll donate them to schools for summer reading
He
books.
I'm sure it's. Listen, I have no problem with the book. I'm only telling you that's a concern that I have.
I'm
That
rolling my
instead of
eyes
focusing
so hard.
on football, he's going to be focused
I
on
know.
extracurricular activities.
Okay, so now this is what you said you were most excited to talk about this week. I saw a player on the Dolphins did an interview comparing the Dolphins team culture to the Eagles team culture.
Yeah, I know that.
And I think this conversation is very relevant to the interview that he did.
Right.
So he was saying basically that the Eagles organization as a whole, when they have their practices, their whatevers, nobody's ever late. The environment's never toxic. And after whatever it is they're doing that's football work related, they always take time after the fact to like each talk about what's going on in their lives beyond the game. And he was basically just saying that the culture in Philadelphia compared to the culture in Miami is totally different. So I think, I mean,
Right. It's just
that
weird
directly
how we're
correlates
talking
to the
about
two.
both of them on the same day, right? Yeah, because I agree. Like their culture is amazing, but their culture was amazing 2 years ago, and they still ran into that problem.
Yeah, because the guy who did the interview, I forget his name, but he was saying in the last 3 years or something about
So
this team.
Like, and I get it. Like their culture has always been good, and I don't think you like. I love their culture. I think it's awesome, but I also worry about that. Like,
So my question is, can you have a team, like, do you think that team performance is impacted on team culture? Like, do you think if your team has a bad culture, you can perform as highly?
no.
I agree.
I feel like that was like
The worst way to word that.
like obviously the answer is no. I feel like that shouldn't even be a question.
Well,
I don't know. I think there's some people that would say it doesn't matter if
So-
I
your
think
friends
it
are.
totally matters.
so they would talk about the New England Patriots and how it was up there, right? It was no fun. It was no this. It was Bill's way to highway, this and that. And they went to they went to 9 Super Bowls, whatever. Won 6. Like, so you can have a culture where it's just this is your job, you do your job, we don't want to hear anything else. And then you can have it the way that the Eagles do it, where it's more of a family, like it seems like a family oriented thing. Like they actually honestly care about each other, and the coaching staff worries about the players, the owners worry about all of it, like so. But as I keep telling you, like that part, like that extracurricular stuff, like he didn't write a book after last season. He wrote a book after they won a Super Bowl.
How do we know that though? I feel like this isn't something you just after the Super Bowl woke up and was like, well, let me write a book. I'm so super successful. I feel like he's been thinking about it for a while. He's probably been working on it for years.
Well, I'm sure people came to him and said, "Hey, man, we got an idea for a book for you."
I don't know.
Right?
Okay, all of this aside, who really cares? We can just
No, it's awesome. I think it's
congrats,
great.
Jalen. It's so
She
awesome.
got me into this.
We
She
love
me
it.
Into this, right? Couldn't wait to do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I also saw something funny. It was like I'm off TikTok now, so like I scroll.
I hate that.
I know.
I hate it.
So I scroll through Instagram now. Not Reels, but just like my
What's the
Explore
difference?
page.
No difference.
There's no difference. I'm not.
She just
So-
thinks she's above everyone
That's
else.
not
for
So
no
she
reason.
just switched one
No.
voice for another.
Kind of, but I'm definitely on my phone less now. Anyway, beside the point. So I'm scrolling through Instagram and I see Cooper DeJean was like doing a signing somewhere, and a fan brought in a Patrick Mahomes like trading card, and he signed it like "Go Birds."
Oh my
Cooper
God.
DeJean, like all over it.
That's so funny.
It's funny.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It is awesome. And imagine like the people of Philadelphia would pay a lot of money to have that.
I feel like I'm always
I
seeing
won't
stuff
want that.
about him. Like I feel like I
I
just
mean, I would
saw
want Cooper's
something.
autograph, but I would not want that card.
Why?
Coop's doing the extracurriculars.
He's
That would be
fine.
like, Coop needs to
He's
be at work.
everywhere. But I
This is
feel
what I'm
like I
talking
literally
about.
am always seeing him like at a million different places. Like
Bartending, holding babies.
maybe the bartending was the most recent thing I saw.
That
Like,
was like
no, but I
right
think
after
that happened again.
No, I think it did too,
Because
actually.
this was like
Memorial Day weekend, I think. He was
I
on
feel
the
like
shore
it's
somewhere.
every weekend or something. It's crazy.
This is what I'm saying.
He's a 21-year-old kid.
Yeah. He's a kid.
And he's the hardest one to get going. And this is another thing, and I said this a million times. How do you take a 21-year-old kid who just won a Super Bowl, who had a pick six in the Super Bowl, who wins a Super Bowl, and tell him, dude, you got to work harder this year?
I think he knows that, and I think
Yeah.
I think they all want to.
He
I'm
knows.
not
You don't think
about
when
it.
he can't be working harder if he's out throwing beers at people.
You can do both. You can have a balance in life.
Well, I don't know.
So speaking of extracurriculars, you brought this to our attention a little bit ago, that it's the big OD event with Jason Kelce down in Seattle tomorrow. So are we all taking off work and
I'm not
heading
taking off work.
I don't have work. I could be there.
But
Finish
that's
over tomorrow.
But
Aw.
he's retired, so good for him, and he's for a good cause.
Well, I think there will be a lot of
People love it.
not
There'll be a lot
retired
of
players
non-retired
there.
Eagles there, but there's no mini camp going, and
So they're allowed to go.
there's
have fun.
nothing I can.
For a good cause. No, they probably all donated thousands and
It's
thousands of dollars.
It's all for autism, right? Which is something that's big with Jeff, and so this is a team. This is a team building thing, right?
It's my back like this.
Oh, that hurt my arm.
No, it hurt my back.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was so not
This is
actually.
This is a team building, thing, right? If Jeff is into it, so I'm sure there'll be executives.
So this is excused.
Well, if it's a team thing, it's a team thing.
Yeah.
If it's you and your buddy sitting behind a bar serving beers for people in Westchester, it's a little.
He's so bitter
That was
about
an
it.
event in Westchester.
For a cause.
That was an autism event.
Yeah.
So-
why are we even doing this? I thought you weren't paying attention.
So earlier tonight at dinner, I think it was too.
It probably was.
I was talking about how I'm working with this guy right now who was talking about how cool it was that we do this podcast. And I was like, yeah, like it's so awesome, yada, yada, yada. But most of the time it's just us disagreeing with our dad.
Right.
And then I was like, I got into the whole, what would you say our biggest debate is?
Our biggest debate.
Mhm. We disagree on pretty much everything, but what's like the one thing that we like can't even talk about?
That we can't talk about. I don't think we
Yeah.
really have one thing we can't talk
I mean, we
about.
can, but it's just like we go nowhere, so why would we talk about
What is it?
I don't know. Am I supposed to? Is it
it?
gonna
You
jump?
should know. Joel.
Oh, Mr. Embiid.
Yeah.
So
And
hater.
guess who he agreed with? Me.
Do you like him?
The guy I was working with.
Do you like
It
him?
was on my side of the Joel disagreement.
you just told me he's a Jets fan. He's
Well, first of all, he said I'm
Did he say I'm a Sixers fan? I watch every Sixers
Do you
game.
like him?
He defends him to no
He
other.
always is hurt.
Thank you. Exactly. That's what we were saying. Well, then he went
You know how you
into
get hurt?
oh, here we
By
go.
playing.
He milks it though.
I wish I never brought it up.
Sometimes like the soccer players do.
Okay, we're not going to talk
He
about it.
doesn't do that.
But then
Come on. You don't even watch.
I've seen that. No, I've seen that.
the whole
I've
nation,
seen
everyone knows it. Even people who aren't
Everyone
Sixers fans
knows.
know this guy never plays, always
So
whining and
He's
complaining.
out more than he's in. That I don't know.
But he did say that
No,
this is a
the
problem.
past couple years it has been.
I don't know.
This
that
is a
much.
problem with NBA players as a whole these days compared to, I guess, guys who used to play years and years and years ago, of
Well,
course.
one
Used to be hard asses, but they think the guys now are babies.
so they do, game management, time management, how much they play. They don't play them on back-to-back games, and this is the whole NBA. So yeah, back when we were younger, players played 82 minutes, or they played 82 games, almost the whole game as much as they could. They didn't come out. It was just the way it was. Same thing, the NFL, you used to play. If you were on defense, you were out there the whole time. Then all of a sudden they started getting specialty players, like a pass rushing defensive end only. A guy that doesn't play the run. All he does is so it all evolved. Baseball evolved. It all evolves. Right? So basketball evolved into the point where the players don't play. And when they don't play, and you don't play all the time, you're susceptible to injury.
Yeah. Well,
It's not from, and I keep telling you, man, I don't know why you bring them up, but I can't blame the guy for getting hurt.
no. I'm just doing
I
something.
think we should wrap this up.
Yeah. Miles got places to be. She's got a big night celebrating her new job.
Yeah.
A BNO.
Party in the house. BNO. What's everyone doing this weekend? We'll close out.
I don't have any
Pride for you?
plans. Yeah, I'm gonna go on the bike. I'm sure.
We'll have to tell everyone how it goes
As
for
long as
you.
it doesn't rain.
No rain.
Yeah,
Safety first.
always.
I don't have any
Maybe?
plans this weekend. I think I'm dog sitting Irene Sunday.
Yeah, you got a dog Irene.
For the
Sunday.
night. Yeah,
Just
they're
for-
going to a concert on Sunday night. They'll
Oh,
be back
nice.
early Monday. But
How's Irene doing?
She was good on Sunday when we saw her.
crazy girl.
As for myself, I'm heading to the Hamptons this weekend.
Nice. Good for you.
So it's gonna be a really fun weekend.
Nice.
Heading
So
to the
jealous.
Hamptons.
Yeah, that's not something I will probably ever say again.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna scream
Do you
it
have your
to the rooftops.
outfits packed?
I did do some try-ons. I don't know. It is what it is.
And you're there,
Thursday to Sunday.
or what time are you leaving Thursday?
We're taking a 12-passenger van down.
No, you're not.
Yeah, we are.
You are?
Yeah.
Who's
Where did you
driving?
get that?
The Aikens, obviously. Shout out Geyer Auctions.
Shout out.
Paige's cousin, Abby. She's an ambulance driver, so we think that somehow
She found a van.
relates.
Okay.
Oh
so
yeah, no,
we'll-
and then we're gonna auction it off once we're done this
we'll
weekend.
Are you serious?
Yes.
What, the
You guys
van?
bought the van and then we'll auction it off?
Yes.
Okay. Are you serious?
Yes.
Sounds it.
Who's driving the van?
Abby, the ambulance driver.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
we
makes
thought
sense.
she would do
be
that.
best. Yeah, best
So
person.
it's gonna be a great
Wow.
weekend.
Wow.
Gonna miss you guys.
Be careful.
Miss you all.
Well, thanks for listening, everyone. Go
Thanks
Phils.
for
Let's
listening.
keep the momentum
Go
going.
Phils, go Birds.
Go
Gadget
Union.
arms.
Union.
Bye.
There.